All right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 8:05, 8:06 in the evening. We usually just set the atmosphere. My name is Pastor T, and I'm just honored and thankful for everybody that's here tonight. What I wanted to do is first, before we start, we always give everybody a chance to make sure they find their way and get here to the Zoom. So we're not late. We're right on time. And this is the opportunity where we actually just want to elevate, and we want to make sure that I decrease to increase our Heavenly Father. So I just want to thank everybody that's here today. This is a different type of Zoom tonight that you may have been coming to in the past. So we will be talking about a little bit of a business, but the bottom line is we're here for a ministry, and we're going to help how we can uplift as well and praise God together at the same time. So I felt that it was fitting to start with total praise as we just understand that today is our day as we can come together with pastors, bishops, apostles, ministers, reverends, those that believe the same thing that I believe. Amen. So what we're going to do, once again, I'm going to first introduce myself to some that may not know me. My name is Pastor T, affectionately, but my full name is Terrence Courts. I live in Tulum, Mexico, full time. However, my roots and my background is in Detroit, Michigan. I was born and raised there. So, but I love travel. And what we're going to talk about tonight on this call is how we can increase your ministry today. And so we're not going to tarry, as they say. We're not going to put a whole lot of time in introductions other than me first wanting to give honor to God and then honor to our bishops, our pastors, our leaders, our faith organizations, and those that fill this Zoom tonight. I see my bishop, Bishop Woods, Milton C. Woods, out of that's here as well tonight, and some of my other pastor friends and bishops. So we're going to get started and not tarry, right? So I'm going to bring up my slide today, and I'm going to set the expectation. We're going to be on this Zoom for about 35 minutes, and then when we're done, we'll open up the floor for anybody that may have any questions after the presentation. So I'm pleased asking you to take notes because this information is very valuable for you to have for your members. That being said, let's go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to welcome everybody to this call. And this Zoom we do every Monday, and we are equipping the shepherds. We start at 8 p.m., we fill the room, but tonight we want to talk about how we can fulfill a funding need that you may have. Someone on this call tonight may want to do a scholarship fund for your youth department. Somebody might have a building fund that they need to help fund. You may want to start a food pantry. You may want to help feed the homeless. I remember the days when I was in Detroit that we would go to cash quarters. We can't do that anymore, but at that time, that ministry was amazing when we would just be able to reach out to those that are in need. That's really what a true ministry is all about, is being able to help others that are less fortunate. Or what about a missionary trip if you want to have some funds for that, or starting youth
I'm
camp?
sorry, Terrence, have you started sharing your screen?
Thank you so much, Mr. Williams. If you don't see my screen, let me see. You know, Zoom just did some amazing upgrades, but it did it at our fault. So let me do this. Yeah, it said I was sharing, but we're gonna do this one more time. Thank you so much, my partner and my business partner that always takes care to look
There
out.
we go. We can see you now.
And you know, we normally do that. So let me try this once again. Mr. Williams, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
And can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, sir. That's what we normally start our meetings with, so I should have done that, right? So thank you so much, Mr. Williams, for having the ability to share that information with me. So once again, I'm going to take where I left off. Maybe you're looking for funds for your youth department or a youth camp or capital gain drives. You want to maybe pay your church off where you don't have any debt, or expand your church, build a school, a daycare. This is Vision 2026. Tonight, I want to help our pastors, our shepherds, our bishops create a new giving stream. And this is hosted by one other than myself, Pastor T, and Bishop Woods out of Detroit, out of Michigan. So, with that being said, this is a travel ministry that we want to discuss tonight, and helping our church community. We want to take this journey together, and we want to make sure that we understand that this is going to be a faith walk. We're going to have a community walk, and we're going to have an adventure when we walk together. We want to explore God's creations together, the waterfalls, the still waters, the green meadows, the ice cap mountaintops. Every place that God created is a beautiful rendition, like it's like a painting. And the only way you can see it is to touch it, to feel it, to walk through those meadows. And that's what we want to do today. We want to build a stronger connection with each other, and we want to serve our communities. We want to have a spiritual growth and fellowship tonight where you can feel and see why the passion that I have in my heart of helping you start today a travel ministry. So let's get into it. Travel ministries could be a mission trip, a ladies retreat, convocation trips, the Holy Land tour. Okay, with that also being said, 87% of our faith-based organizations grow with lasting relationships through travel. 3 times better member retention. These are just the results of having a travel ministry. And by the way, there was $6 billion spent annually for faith-based travel, and that's in a single year. But where is the revenue going? Is it going back to our community? Is it going to our congregations? Or are they leaving it into corporate media and corporate field companies like Expedia, Travelocity, Booking.com, all these high advertised sites that we use? If I ask you today, if I just said a show of hand, or what booking engine do you use? Most of them will probably say Expedia or Priceline. Maybe I'll do that while I'm talking right now. In the chat, just type in, who do you use right now to book your travel? Because what I want to do tonight, by the time we're done, we want to show you that that travel will change people's life. And with faith-driven travel, we can change the world. We can create a deeper discipleship. And we're talking about real-world transformations where faith is more than just a classroom or a church, where stronger unity is shared when we forge and bond relationships on these trips. I remember as a young man, or even a young boy, we would go to the National Baptist Convention. We would go to the Thomas A. Dorsey choirs and chorus events and training. We would go as a church, not 1 or 2 people. The church body would go to Memphis, would go to Ohio, to different places to fellowship with other churches. I remember my mom used to play for Goodwill Church for a big women's conference. So we know that travel is always and all around us, right? And we believe also leadership pipelines are created from trips and retreats. Okay. Now, what is the type of travel that we do when we're dealing with faith-based travel? We're talking about churches can do mission trips. Now, those trips are anywhere from 2 to 14 days, and it's about 8 to 30 people in that group. What's the purpose of a mission trip? It's to serve the unserved communities, domestically and globally. We can build homes, we can feed families, we can share the gospel through our actions, not our words. It's good to hear a good sermon, but it's even better to see the action in place that happens because of that sermon, where we can see that our hands are toiling together. What about a First Ladies retreat? This is typically about a 3 to 5 day retreat, a getaway. And I say this is rest, renew, restore, because we know the pressures that go day in and day out, and what it takes to be a first lady. What if we just said, we love you, we thank you for all that you do, we thank you for supporting our pastor, we thank you for being who you are, and we do more than just say thank you, but we treat them with a retreat, a getaway, a refresher. What about a Holy Land pilgrimage? That's typically 10 to 14 days where we go to Israel or Jordan. We walk where Jesus walked. We can have a living encounter with what scripture was being taught and shown to us through the Bible and through the living word of God. But now we can have our members do more than just read the Bible, but actually see and feel the places that Jesus walked. What about a convocation trip? 2 to 5 days, like a national venue. This is where we do leadership conferences, the denomination summits, where we have pastors sharpening iron with other pastors, where we can come together in fellowship and praise. What about a family or youth travel? That's typically one weekend or 1 week. We could even do a camp for our youth department where they can go and learn how to go fishing, how to forage, and how to do things that can just give them another way of seeing how God's patience and the resiliency that we come together and learn how God works in us, right? What about our international outreach? One of our members that's on the call right now, Minister Cox, just came back from Africa from a missionary trip. It was a medical trip where they went in just to help those that were less fortunate. These are things that we can do more than just giving God's word to others. We literally can show our impact through the travel that we can do with others. We can plant seeds through our service. Our acts of service and kindness can be shown as we sow new seeds through God's kingdom. With that being said, go therefore and make disciples of all nations. That means Matthew 20:18-19 didn't say stay at home, it didn't say be inside of the church walls every week for Bible study or Sunday. We want to go therefore to other places to help others and we want to expand our outreach, not just locally, but nationally and internationally. Now, to do that, the next part of this, we have to have good financial stewardship. What about this? What if we made sure that every dollar that we sow, that we use in travel, can go into a strategic plan for our ministry? Because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I want to show you how you can transform the travel costs from your church and your ministry into revenue. Let me say that again. I want to turn the travel cost, which is a bill, which is a debt, and turn it into a revenue that's generating a positive income into your congregation. I want to introduce you to SURGE365, where we now can make sure that every flight, every hotel, every rental car that you do will generate income for your church. Every time your member wants to spend money for a travel, for a trip, a vacation, a cruise, that money I want to be spent different now. All I want to do now is change the flow of the money, not the money that's being used, but how it's being used and where it's going. On the average, $2,100 on average is spent by our members in travel each year. If I had a church of 50 members, that's about $10,500 of projected revenue just from a small church like that. Here's why that's so important. Because there's a lot of ministries that they only need $10,000. $10,000 could help us get our roof fixed. $10,000 could help us repair the bus. $10,000 could fix the boiler that's really old now. I'm talking to somebody that's in Detroit right now that they still have an old boiler. And we have to figure out every year how to make the repair because we can't get a new one. That's what I want to share tonight. That's the passion that I want you to hear, because we want to generate a legacy, a sustainable model. We want to go outside of the box. We want to turn your ministry to a long-term sustainable ministry. We can do that with the injection of travel. We want to help the infrastructure. That means to maintain your church facilities, maintain your ongoing ministries. We want to create a scholarship fund, a training opportunity, vocational development for our youth and our next generation. We want to have a lab, a computer lab, things that we need that matter now than before. What about a daycare? As each daycare is starting to close, what if we had a daycare that we were able to offer to our ladies and the women or the families or the men that can't go to work full time because they can't afford affordable daycare anymore? Almost $1,000 a week. What about establishing a legacy so that when you're no longer here, the shepherd of this house that you have, that you built, that house can stand 20, 30, 40 years, even after you're gone? That's what a true shepherd could be able to do. I sat under the legacy of Reverend E.C. Copeland. That was my great father in the ministry. But his legacy stood all the way 30, 40 years after he was no longer with us. There's a lot of churches like this on this call right now, where you're sitting in the shoes or standing in the shoes of a leader like that. But to be able to do that, we got to make sure that we are financially sound and that we build a legacy of funds so that when we're no longer here, it's still sustainable. What happens when people do missionary trips? You know, I'm going to quote one of our members that when she came back from Africa, she said, "God bless America. I will never be the same." Because you can see the true blessings of what you have versus the things that the people that don't have. It gives you a new insight on truly how blessed you are and what you should do with when you see that. It should encourage you to want to help others even more. There's another study that says when you come back, the giving from those individuals that participate in these type of programs, they give 10 or 20% more to the church that next year, because now they are really understanding their true calling. And the other thing that happens, it's the ripple effect, which means that when they come back, others want to do the exact same thing. They may want to dig a well for somebody to have clean water. They may want to help build a home. They may want to do a medical retreat or outreach program for those that are less fortunate. I was watching the news just recently, and I try not to do it that often, but you got to still be abreast, because I use the news a little bit different than what other people use it for. I use it for encouragement. I use it to say, what can I do better? What can I do more based on the lack or the need that they're highlighting? So sometimes when they're highlighting a problem, that gives me an opportunity to use God as a solution. They're talking about how there's the medicine and the pregnant women in Africa and globally that are dealing with all these different issues because of the lack. But what if we had an increase that now we can fill the gap of the lack? That's truly what our ministry should be built and designed for. We want to sow. And not only sow, we want to sow into sowing. You hear what I'm saying? I'm saying we're not just going to sow, we're going to sow into the sowing. So I want you to adopt a program that I want to share with you tonight. It's called SURGE365. It will help you do domestic and global travel, and it'll help you start booking your travel a different way. We can allocate resources for international and intentional purposes to help our communities and our global partners. We can empower our members to be more astute, to be able to invest in education, training, and then we can have a travel plan that's designed in a program that can create faith leaders in the future. This is a commitment that I would like for you to join me and share the vision. This is the opportunity where we can do something different. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Twanzel Williams. This individual is more than a brother to me and a friend, but he's going to introduce you the Surge 365 program. But I want to explain one other thing. We're not supposed to be afraid of anything. We know who we are and whose we are. I want to also, when you make this commitment with me today, to at least just open up your mind enough to see a potential vision for your ministry. I want to tell you one thing. What happened in 2019? In 2019, there were a lot of pastors before that said, don't use Facebook. Don't get on Facebook. Don't use that. Amen. Technology was viewed as something that the church body shouldn't embrace and we shouldn't use. And God showed all of us that that was the one thing that kept a lot of our churches standing. Amen. We turned into Facebook Live to Zoom Bible studies. God showed us how technology could be used in our ministry. And what I'm going to show you tonight is we can do the same thing again that we did with Facebook Live by just using something that is already there. People are already traveling. People are already doing it. Only thing I'm asking you to do now is start doing it for your ministry. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Mr. Williams, are you there?
I sure am, Terrence. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can, sir. I'm ready for your
Okay.
presentation.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. You can let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen.
Fantastic. Okay, let me get this out of the way. There we go. Everyone, thank you so very much for being with us on a Monday night. And we do these focus Zooms concerning the travel ministry every Monday. And what we heard from Terrence, Mr. Course, is just so intelligent, a wonderful idea, might I add, because it fits like a glove to a hand or a foot to a shoe. This makes so much sense. It just blows me away every time he talks about it. So I'm going to come before you now and talk for just a few short minutes. We won't be here long, so we can discover how beautiful this company is for fitting what you're already doing to redirect the revenue that you're already spending. So we're gonna learn tonight about Surge 365, how it fits great as a travel ministry to help build wealth, travel the world, make a difference, and how we can do it together because we believe in working together like a team. Together, everyone achieves more. And so, as we get into this, let me start off by just doing a little house cleaning that we want to make sure everyone is crystal clear on. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not make any income guarantees whatsoever. We cannot do that. We won't ever do that because that's illegal. But allow me to say that if you digest this information properly to make the identification, to see the value that it can represent, to give you, along with your church ministry, for extra revenue or redirected revenue that you're already spending, you can see how significant this can become to help you in all your endeavors. Is just such a wonderful setup. And we're just so glad to see and hear about this. So let me start things off by asking you a simple question. If You could go anywhere in the world. Where would you go? Would you go snorkeling with your children in the Caribbean? How about a romantic trip to a world-class resort or sailing the shores of Alaska with the whole family? How about a weekend trip in Las Vegas or even a vacation in Europe? This looks so peaceful. Or the African safari for an adventure. This is on my personal bucket list, and I'm going to accomplish this. What we're trying to say is that traveling the world enriches our lives with memorable experiences that can last forever. But this is the reality: financial problems. Spending power is down over $7,000 since 2021, and 77% of people are worried about their finances. Do you agree that this is a problem? If you're part of the 77% who are currently worried, you must take action now because waiting will only make things worse. If you're part of the 23% who are currently okay, how long before this starts to affect you? Imagine with me for a little bit financial freedom. How about time freedom? Earning money from home or on the go from your mobile device or even traveling the world. Mr. Warren Buffett, he says it like this: things you like to do should be a hobby of yours, but things the world does should be a business of yours. We are the answer, and we know that we can help. Introducing SURGE365, a home based business opportunity with four income streams between two companies. SURGE365, ladies and gentlemen, is a travel technology company for those who dislike sales but want to earn without selling. How about those who spend hours searching online for the best travel deals, or those who desire exclusive access to wholesale travel prices? Even those who want to build a community of travel enthusiasts. We are led by our chairman and CEO, Dr. Christopher J. Coakley. He started at 19 years old and began his career as a representative. His first 10 years, he earned over $1 million. Then he retired as a multimillionaire after 18 successful years in the industry. He became an author and globetrotter and traveled to over 60 countries in just 3 years, 36 months. He became a top trainer and also a highly sought after expert in leadership, marketing, and entrepreneurship. In 2006, 20 years ago, he re entered the industry with Surge 365 as a representative, just like us. His additional success includes earning multiple millions more. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he acquired the company and took ownership of Surge 365 to become the CEO. His vision is simply this: to build a company that allows average and ordinary people with an above average desire the chance to achieve all their goals and dreams like he has. We are a proven company and backed by an experienced executive team with billions with a B in sales and counting. We are established and we're a solid foundation and provide unique benefits tailored for your success. Our home office campus is 7,500 square feet of office space, and we're situated on a 2.7-acre campus located in Wood River, Illinois. Mr. Delvi Santiago is our acting president, and Clint Tomer is the current COO. You're probably wondering how we did all this, being a part of this massive 10 trillion with a T travel industry and sales. The direct sales in travel industry, ladies and gentlemen, experts predict that by 2030, in just 4 years, the travel industry will exceed $15 trillion. If you look below, you can see the large, massive size of several industries. And to the far right, travel currently is at 10 trillion with a T. Let me bring that in perspective for you. $10 trillion, that's a number one at the front with 13 zeros that follow. Now, if we were to capture just 1% of 10 trillion, ladies and gentlemen, that's $100 billion. A one with 11 zeros that follow. I used to think about, or I'm thinking about right now, folks, when I was a young boy, me and my twin cousins, a lot of people thought we were triplets, but our grandmother used to make a famous sweet potato pie, and she would cut it up into 8 slices. And if you didn't get to it quick, you wouldn't get a slice. But we used to be happy over the crumbs because the flavor was there in the crust and in the crumbs. But folks, when you think about it and bring it into perspective, if we just get a crumb of the travel industry, do you know how massive that is and how it can help your church with a travel ministry and individually as an entrepreneur, home-based business? It's massive. And that's all you need. So when you think about it, why not get paid on what people are doing anyway? People travel for pleasure. People travel for business trips. 53% of them still use e-commerce like Expedia, Travelocity, Booking.com, Priceline.com. What you want to ask yourself is how can you capitalize? Introducing the Vortex by SURGE365. Now, think about what I'm about to say, where you can earn money, but without selling. You simply give away travel discount memberships with prices so low they're password protected. Customers save 85 to 90% of the time. This is a snapshot of the Vortex that you have when you become a part of our Surge family as an SBA. The owners earn 100% of customer savings on qualified bookings. The customers are only required to register for free with their first and last name, their email, and then they just create a password. But this is what your Vortex will look like, and you just give it away. That's all you're not selling. Please keep that in mind. Now, here's an example, starting with the far left. The lowest internet price for this trip to Punta Cana was $3,704. With your Vortex price that you will give away for free, not sell, not try to sell people, let them register for free, they will find this same vacation package for $3,005. They saved $699, and your earnings, your commission would be $699. As simple as that. In the middle, here's a trip to Cancun. The lowest internet price was $6,131. The Vortex price that you would give away, the same trip is $4,557. They just saved, you helped save them $1,574. What would you earn? $1,574. I think you're getting what this is. To the far right, this New York City, New York trip, the lowest internet price was $1,769. Through your Vortex that you would give away for free to them, it would be $1,393. They saved $376. You earned $376. The owners earn 100%, which is you, of customer savings on qualified bookings. This is the potential. Your customer saving, you make money. Don't forget you earn 100%. If this is you right here, and let's just say you registered 10 customers in one full business fiscal year, and let's say they all took one trip per year, those 10 customers, the average savings you saved them was $300. So $300 times 10, $3,000 total savings. You get 100%, and this would be your commission for that year if you just did 10 customers, got 10 customers to register. That's your commission. If this was 100 customers, can you give away something to 100 people for free? And they all average saving $300, this would then be 30,000. Folks, you see what's going on? You just simply don't keep this a secret and get it out there. You put your business on autopilot and earn cash rewards, ladies and gentlemen, while you are sleeping, while you're taking a shower, while you're eating dinner with your family, going to your children's soccer game. Folks, you're not selling. You're just giving it away. Folks, we also have the Touch 365, this mobile app where your travel business is in the palm of your hand. You just share it instantly in person with people or on social media. To the far left, we've got business cards, branded business cards for your business, mugs, caps, t-shirts, decals, banners in your back office as tools that you can use to get the word out there, to let people you know, love, and care about how you can help them save on what they're already doing anyway. Travel benefits are amazing. Why pay retail prices when you can pay wholesale prices, folks? Enjoy exclusive members only pricing with us and through us. We save up to 70%, save people up to 70% on hotels and resorts, cruises and car rentals up to 30% off. We also offer the best price guarantee, and we'll explain to you how this works once you come aboard and you earn reward points. You can use them like cash to cover full bookings or unlock even extra value on exclusive member offerings. The more you travel, the more you are going to earn. We are so ready for you to come and travel the world with us to see the beautiful locations and destinations of all the places that you want to travel to see this beautiful planet. Now, if we stop right now, we just showed you the greatest home-based business opportunity of all times. And everything I just showed you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no selling. That's without selling. Folks, other customers, 47% of the travelers still use travel advisors. Now, you might be asking, how can you capitalize on the 47% that still buy through travel advisors? With us, you just become one. We are a travel company. Folks, we're not a club. We are a real travel company. You can become one through us. We are including an optional home-based business opportunity to become a travel advisor. We have our own travel agency where travel and humanity meet, our own travel agency called TravManity. With 24 years of success in the travel industry, with over 3 billion in sales, we have I-10, ARC, and CLIA as certified host agencies. They specialize in wholesale travel, airline, and hotel consolidator. We provide certified travel training to all TravManity agents. We ensure that all agents stay in compliance with industry standards, rules, and regulations. No experience is required, so please don't think that. We offer online training. You can also take trips to get trained to beautiful locations for pennies on a dollar. We offer that with us at SURGE365. As a TravManity travel advisor, you get direct access to vendors and booking engines from different suppliers. All of them are listed right here. And at the bottom, don't forget this note, you can earn up to 80%, 80 in more travel commissions. It's amazing what we offer. You can belong to a network of leaders that inspire your clients to travel. Grow your agency's business with Travel Leaders Network. We are one of the largest sellers of luxury travel, cruises, and tours in the industry. More than 120 suppliers covering cruise, tour, air, car, rail, insurance, and more, with nearly 20 billion in annual sales. We also offer lead generation success with over 300,000 plus leads, over 68,000 bookings, 733 million in sales, and 110 million in commissions. If all things were equal, same price, same cruise, resort, airline, hotel, who will your friends and family buy their travel from? I bet you it would be you or a highly advertised site. But I believe and I'm willing to bet it would be you if they knew you offered it to them. We have these vacations, folks. Let's say 10 of your friends and family book their yearly vacation with you rather than one of those highly advertised sites. And let's say they spend an average of $2,800. You would earn $900 to $2,700. What about if 6 of your friends book a cruise once per year? Let's say it's 7 days, 2 passengers. You earn even more when multiple couples book together. You would earn $1,100 to $1,800. That's not bad. It's time to become a travel business owner today by making the travel industry your new source of income. Get paid on what people are doing anyway. Book cruise cabins, book group cruises, group travel, church groups, family reunions, wedding destinations, honeymoons, sport trips, and more. Here's some more success stories real quick. Let's say everyone, remember, I should say that everyone is a group waiting to happen. Make money with groups and earn your tour conductor credit. One of our new travel advisors for this group cruise, they volunteered to help plan a cruise for their swing dance club. Our home travel team provided assistance. See how we help you? Since it was her first group, so we offer her to help. She went for free and she earned $15,000. This can be you. The destination planner, a church was interested in a Holy Land trip, like Terrence was talking about. The vendor made the presentation to the congregation. See how we offer the help? The pastor and his wife went for free, and the advisor also went for free, and she earned $21,000. This could be you. With this all-inclusive planner, it was a child of one of our advisors that wanted a class, a graduation trip. He volunteered his mother, to plan it because he knew about his mom's side hustle. They went for free and earned over $7,000. This can easily be you. It should be you. Folks, we have the Travmanity training trips. Don't forget you can take them online as well, and we can explain this more to you. But you must be active and meet all Travmanity and supplier requirements to be a travel advisor. This is an example snapshot. If you wanted to take the classes and the trainings in person, you can travel and have fun and do it for pennies on the dollar. We make training fun over here. Folks, you can visit these wonderful, beautiful locations and destinations around the world for your training if you want to get the training and have a beautiful experience for pennies on the dollar. It just makes so much sense what we're discussing this evening. Given the choice between the Faces Corporation and you, the people you know will choose you every time because you have the KLT factor. They know you, they like you, and they already trust you. They know you. Your relationship with the people you love, know, and care about, plus our technology, it equals business for us and commissions for you. Cost effective for us and way better for you because people are already doing this. It's what we like to call our unfair advantage. That's why we're saying it's time to navigate on your own terms with SURGE365 and let this be connected to your church as a travel ministry. It makes so much sense, folks. Last but not least, this is the last slide about taking the travel industry or making the travel industry your new source of income. Now, real quick, I want to just mention this caveat. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, Expedia is offering people the opportunity to have their own travel franchise. The cost is around $200,000 plus overhead, insurance. You got to lease a building if you're going to run it from an office space, all that stuff. Folks, that's with Expedia. Now, with us, because we are also a travel agency, allowing you to have your own travel franchise, our travel technology package is $499 one time, then $99.95 a month versus $200,000, then thousands a month with Expedia. Leverage all the benefits and perks in three streams of income. Now, 200,000 versus 500 one time. Is it really a fair comparison? Folks, this is our most popular in the middle of the travel technology package and the junior executive SBA, the Surge Business Associate. You get to maximize both opportunities, leverage the benefits and perks of two companies and four streams of income with power line access, all for one price, which is the $499. And we're going to show you how, if you choose, it's easy to make this $99.95 go away. Plus, I'm not done yet. If you stick with us for 1 year, just 12 months, hang in there with us for 12 months. After that, you're going to get a reward trip. Up to 7 nights accommodations at worldwide resorts on your 12-month anniversary. That's a value, ladies and gentlemen, over $1,000. It's like putting a vacation on layaway. Become a travel business owner today. And this is the junior SBA package. That's $19.95 per month. That offers also one stream of income. Folks, if you come with us, we will do you good. Terrence, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Williams. Amazing, amazing presentation. And I know that there's still some people that are on this Zoom today that may be like, am I at the right place? This sounds like a business opportunity. Well, I just want to tell you that if you're still here, I want to show you how this can benefit you and your congregation. I just recently helped Bishop Woods rent a car. I helped him look at some hotels. He's looking at going to the Bahamas in a few weeks. And you know, I said, Bishop, I'm going to have to help you learn how to use your system because he's turning me into his own travel agent. And he owns now a travel agency through his church, which is a travel ministry. But the thing that allowed me to understand that I had something, I was on something. Like they say, you on to something, Pastor. And I said, I'm on to something. Think about how many travel dollars are spent and how many times you as a pastor or a bishop or a leader are taking trips, booking travel, booking a hotel, booking a rental car. And who are you booking it with? That's the question I want to ask you tonight. Because what I'm going to do now is, you know, when we really are faith-based individuals, like on this call, we don't want someone just telling us something. I want you to show me. Oh, taste and see that this is real, right? We're going to show you tonight everything that I talked about, everything that my brother Twanzel shared with you. I would be remiss. I dare say that I didn't do any justice if I didn't show you um, Surge 365. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to access our member portal really quickly. And I'm going to do this live. I always do this live because that way, then people won't think like I staged this, right? So I'm just going to go Cancun, which by the way is right down the street from me, about an hour and a half. I live in Tulum. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go the 15th through the 22nd to Cancun, Mexico for 2 adults. All right. And I'm going to just hit search. While I'm doing that, I'm going to the crowd favorite, which is Expedia. And I'm going to go to Expedia, Cancun, May 5th through the 22nd. Let me make sure I got that right over here. May 5th through the 22nd. And I'm going to search as well. I'm doing a live search for you. You can see that it's spinning. The part of that, again, is I want to show you, not tell you with my words. Cancun, May 15th through the 22nd. I'm going to tell you something else that I found out. The bigger the trip costs, the more money you'll save with us. And that's something that really got me excited. So what I'm going to do now, let me just pull up and find one. A lot of these people now tell you that taxes and fees are included because they have to start doing that because they were lying to people. They were telling you, oh, this is how much it costs to get your hotel, but by the time they get all the taxes and fees, it was not what you bargained for or what they sold you. I'm just gonna look for that I like. Um, and let's go, let's go at least to make this interesting. Let's do this. Let's do it all inclusive. Okay, we'll do the Mia Reef in East Lamahera. And I'm gonna go over here and I'm just random. Okay, here's Mia Reef. And I'm gonna go over here. And we're really almost done with this whole meeting so that you'll know that we're finished. Sure. All right, East Lahara. Okay, that's not in Cancun. Let me find one that's in Cancun. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Let's just do the Grand Lux. Okay. All right, we do Grand Lux. That doesn't look like the same. I want to make sure we're doing the same. All right. Let me find one, because some of them are not the same. All right, I know that I have this one, Intercontinental. All right. There we go. Intercontinental Presidents. Yep, Presidente. All right. So I want to make sure that we're sharing the exact same information. All right, and this is hotel.com. All right, that means they don't have the inventory, but the Expedia has it, so that's fine. Let me do another thing, make sure that let me just take that down. There it is. All right, the International Continental Presidente, IHG. Okay, it's going to be $302 a night. So that's for those 5 days for 2 adults. Be $2,586. That's going to be, that's not right. Here it is here. So they're saying you can only do 4 nights. Let's go with this one right here for right now. This one here would be $315 a night, $2,784. That'll be the cost of this from Expedia. Hotel.com is not giving us a rate because you have to have 4 nights maximum, and we were asking for more than that. So you can't book it with them because they can only do 4 nights. So we're doing 7 nights. All right, so this is going to be $2,784 with hours. Hours would be $1,306. So if you used us for 7 nights, you're gonna get it for $1,306, as opposed to Expedia for the exact same hotel, which would be almost double, $2,784. And then you can see at hotel.com, you can't even get it. They won't even allow you to book it. So that just shows you why what I'm telling everybody all the time, why I'm so excited about what we have. This is an everyday members portal. So you can use this every time you book, and you're gonna save every time you book. And not only that, every time your member is using this, then that's how we can see how we can build this into a ministry where that money is going to your congregation as opposed to Expedia anyway, that's overcharging us at this point. All right, with that being said, I'm going to show you an end with one little part. If we establish your ministry tonight, every Sunday, millions of people walk through your church doors. They bring in their tithes, they bring in their gifts, their offerings, they bring the weight of their problems from last week, and they bring something else, something that most churches have never thought to as a steward. They bring their travel spendings. The average American spends about $2,000 to $5,000 annually on travel. If a congregation of 200 families carries $400,000 to $1 million in average travel spending, where's that money going, especially if they're already spending that money? The only question is whether they move that money through your platform to benefit your ministry, or does it evaporate with Expedia and in those streams? Now, when we launch your travel ministry, we can do this week. It's the three-step process. It's very easy. You designate your travel ministry team. You just identify 3 to 5 members who are enthusiastic about traveling and serving your church. This is where you can give them a team name like the travel ministry, or like we have Fishers and Loaves, or the senior programs or ministries. It's a mandate where you can place this ministry into a structure. There's no budget required. There's no commitment or a committee that you have to vote for. Only thing we're saying is that now we want to make sure that just like you have some churches that have a Starbucks to help them get their coffee before service, now you could say the next time you want to book your travel, use the church's travel engines. All right. Step 2, you connect with SURGE365 and Travmanity. You register your ministry, and then you are able to access the Vortex and all your tools. Next thing you do is you just have one of our leaders help you integrate and onboard it for your congregation, which I'll help you. Lastly, we want to announce it from the pulpit that next Sunday, we now have a travel ministry. When you plan on booking any travel, flights, hotels, cruises, vacations, book it through us. Book it through True Hope International Outreach Center. Book it from First Baptist Church. Book it from Higher Praise. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but every booking that you do, members, will support our future programs and our ministries. We're just saying that we're going to change how the direction of our economic structure for our church is immediately. We want to sow into our own congregation. This is by pastors for pastors. This is a ministry feeding program. So this program was not designed in a boardroom. It's not designed in a pulpit, but it's designed by someone who understands what it means to carry a congregation, to answer to a bishop or a steward of a budget, and still trust that the doors can open, that no consultation was ever planned for you. When you join as a ministry, you receive the dedicated ministry booking system and link for your church. And now all you're doing is you're introducing other pastors who can launch their own travel ministry. When you do that, you're going to earn recurring contributions from your platform for their activities. This is not recruiting. This is a shepherd connecting another shepherd. When one shepherd prospers, the whole flock benefits. When one shepherd comes together, the field will change. That's something from me. Here's another thing I want to share with you as we end tonight. When a bishop moves with me today, let's say a bishop has 100 churches that are under them that join their travel ministry, and just say that they only have 50 members on each in each congregation. That's over 5,000 members that are generating travel revenue for your church. And an average of $2,100 annual travel expense per person. y'all start seeing the numbers. That's 10,500,000 in annual travel activity. And all we're doing is redirecting that to our ministries. Now we can scale that regionally, nationally, and globally. The river becomes a system, and the system becomes a movement. This is innovative stewardship, not recklessness. Recklessness is booking from Expedia and giving them $1,000 to $1,500 more than what you can pay from booking from your own engine. The shepherd who cares for his flock does not build on sand. Every resource deployed in the name of the mission must be deployed with wisdom, structure, and accountability. Guys, we're not going to affect your 501c3. We're actually going to help it. We're being a wise steward. All we have to do is make sure that the revenue from the profit engine of the travel is then donated to the nonprofit. It's an Ezekiel fund. We did this for years in my church. There's churches that have bookstores. All we're doing right now is adding, instead of a bookstore, we're adding a travel agency. With that being said, that is the blueprint of a travel ministry. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you thank you so much for being here. I'd like to really quickly honor my bishop, Bishop Milton C. Woods, if you're available, sir.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great presentation, great information, great insight. I am thrilled and excited about being a part of SURGE365. And I think about just a little while back when the TSA was really down, how the crowds of people were still traveling, still renting cars and still flooding the airport. And then I thought about how me and my travelers, so to me, it was a no-brainer because we're donating all the funds to them when it can come to the ministry. And so I'm excited about it. And again, every time I see it, it opened my eyes to something else. So thank you, and Twanzel, Mr. Williams, for a great presentation. I appreciate it. And I'm grateful and excited about moving forward.
Thank you so much, Bishop. If anyone has any questions, we can answer any questions, but the Zoom is really officially over. And one other thing, just get back in touch with the person that invited you, and we can definitely have a one-on-one private call with me and some of my other leaders, some of my bishops, some of the pastors that are already a part of this program, so that you can see that this is definitely something that was God sent. By the way, the former founder of SURGE365 was a pastor. Let that sink in. We were started by a pastor. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time. If anyone has any questions, I'm open to answer any questions you have. If not, we'll see you on our next Zoom. Any questions?